What's up, guys? So for this week's episode, I thought it would be pretty cool to go over my DNA results. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I recently did a DNA test called Circle, and it took a few weeks, but I got my results back. What I love is it comes with this app, and so as soon as my results were ready, it popped up like your results are ready to view. So I want to go over with you because I've never done anything like this before, and I just found it so fascinating to know so much. I thought when you do these like DNA things, it was more like Ancestry. I had no idea that you could find out all this really cool stuff about your body, and what's really cool is a lot of it, I feel like through trial and error, I figured out for myself, but it was really cool to kind of see that I was kind of spot on with a lot of things, and so anyway, I wanted to go over it. So first thing that comes up is diet when you come on the app. So it has all the different types of diets that you might need depending on your genetics. For me, it's Mediterranean. It says that I don't have a sensitivity to alcohol or caffeine, thank God, because you know I'm addicted to coffee. But it does say that I have a fat sensitivity and a carb sensitivity, which makes sense. Like celiac kind of runs in my family. But I found, excuse me, that if I do have like processed carbs, fats, that I don't feel great. And so I've kind of tried to cut them out a long time ago. So I stick to mostly like fruits and vegetables for carbs and like avocados and oils for fats. Everything else was pretty normal. What's interesting is it does say that I have super sensitive taste buds. So if something is sugary, it will taste extra sugary to me. If something's salty, it will be extra salty. If something is bitter, it will be extra bitter. So yeah, it was just interesting. Everything else was kind of, normal there. With nutrition, it says that all of my needs are pretty normal as far as like, omega-3s and all my vitamins and everything except vitamin D, which I've been told by every doctor that I have like a vitamin D deficiency. And so I have actually, during COVID, been really good about taking my vitamin D. Before COVID, not so much. But it's just so interesting. I don't know. I find this all fascinating. As far as like well-being goes, like appetite control, bone density, inflammation, life longevity, everything is normal. The only thing is it says I have a high risk of stress fractures, which I have had in the past. So that was really interesting to see. As far as sleep goes, it says that I need 7 hours or less, so I do better on little sleep, which I have found like I only need about 6 hours or so, and I'm good to go. I'm a deep sleeper. If I wake up, I go to sleep pretty easily. I'm a night owl. All these things are pretty accurate. It does say that I'm a stressor, like I worry a lot, which is definitely a thing. Because I have higher cortisol levels. So I'll get into what that means as far as working out goes. I just find all this very fascinating. I'm geeking out about it. As far as sensitivities go, it says I do have a higher sensitivity to secondhand smoke. This I know. I feel like if I'm around someone smoking, I feel like for 3 days after, I can like smell it in my nostrils. It's gross. Let's see. It's thinking. As far as skincare, it says that I am acne prone. So as it does say that my skin age is younger than I actually am, which is great. All the skincare is paying off. I do have a higher risk for acne, and a higher risk, unfortunately, for cellulite, which does run in my family. But what I've noticed, though, is because I lift pretty heavy, I feel like I don't have as much as I probably would if I didn't lift. So I think that it does really help to eat healthy and to work out. But if I didn't do those things, I would have cellulite everywhere. Also, wrinkles. High likely I'll get more wrinkles, which sucks. But, looking at my family, I figured. But it just, yeah, it is what it is. Everything else is normal except sunburn. It says I am at high risk for sunburn, which I've known. This is what I find really fascinating, guys. It tells you, as far as sports and fitness goes, like what you should be doing. And I have found through trial and error that this is 100% accurate, which I love. I wish I would have applied myself so much earlier in my life, but because of my accident and stuff, I couldn't. But it does say that I have the body type to be a power lifter. It says that I thrive on lifting heavy. It says to do like 5 reps of it says to do like 5 sets of 3 reps and just go as heavy as possible. I recover fast. The lactic acid leaves my body faster than the average person, which makes a pretty great athlete. My body composition is, it says increase lean body mass. So all this is really kind of cool to know about yourself. As far as like my strength profile, it says is high, everything else is average. So that's pretty cool. It says to do less endurance training and more strength training. So another reason for that is I do have higher cortisol levels. So when you get your heart rate up past a certain point, or you're going long distance, like I noticed that when I ran marathons, I would gain weight. And I didn't feel good, and I'd be bloated all the time. And that's because with my genetics, I do have higher cortisol levels. I stress easily, like even if it's just physical stress, it doesn't necessarily have to be emotional or it then kind of backfires on you. And so I have found that when I do cardio at the end of lifting, I only do about 15 minutes and I make it steady state, and I try to keep my heart rate under 125 just so I'm burning, consistent fat. But I try not to get it too high because it could definitely backfire on you in this situation. Some people it won't. Some people you thrive on cardio, you thrive on all that. I don't. Okay, so with my IQ, everything's normal. Yay. Dancing and music abilities are normal. Okay, now it gets into the Ancestry. I found this, I'm sorry, pretty fascinating because so I didn't know I was Italian. I'm 96.2% European. This comes from Northwest European is 36%. Then I've got 28% of Northern European, 21% of, almost 22% of Southern European, and then almost 10% of Eastern European. I have 2%, a little over 2% African, and then I have 1.11% Southeast Asian. So I thought that was just so fascinating, and then it kind of breaks down like what that means in detail. So I'm basically a big mix in Europe of it says Russian, Polish, British, Irish, German, Italian, Greek. So it's just like it's a whole mix. And then the African comes from Kenya, and then the Asian is Philippines. So I had no idea. So I just find this like just so cool. Um, let's see, what else? So now we're getting into more behavioral traits. So as far as addiction goes, for alcohol, food, um, OCD, smoking, it says less likely to become addicted, which I find to be true. I don't feel like I have a very addictive personality. I can cut things out pretty quickly when I make a decision to. As far as like my physical traits, it called out the fact that I probably have brown hair and brown eyes. My pain sensitivity is high, which I think is true. Sweat glands, everything, waist circumference, normal. Yeah, everything is normal. Body odorant, all of that. It's crazy that it knows all this. It says as far as like breast size, hormones, everything is normal. Thrill seeking, less likely, which is 100% true. I hate roller coasters. Everyone that knows me know this. Such a wuss, such a wuss. As far as planning a family, it says all should be good there. No high risks there that it picked up on. As far as cancer risks, this is what I was like really concerned about, just because I do have a few family members that have had breast cancer or skin cancer or something, but it says that it picked up on no elevated risk for any type of cancers or diseases, as far as like Alzheimer's or anything like that, or dementia. So that was pretty cool to find out. It says that the only red flag is high cholesterol. It says that I am at risk for high cholesterol in my family, asthma, childhood ear infections, which I did have quite a bit as a kid, and then COPD. Luckily, I don't smoke or anything, and so hopefully that won't be a problem. But everything else was just normal risk. And then it breaks down like any drug sensitivities that you can have, and there were quite a bit actually, just to be aware about. So you might have like a reaction if you take them, which I won't list them. There's so many because I am allergic to a lot of that stuff. So that's pretty much it. I just found this so helpful because, like, especially if you don't know, if you're just starting to, get into like a workout routine or eat healthy, I know I was frustrated in the beginning because I felt like I was working out so hard and I was doing so much cardio and I was running marathons and I was eating like all the things that bodybuilders tell you should eat. I was eating, like eggs, which has a lot of fat. I was eating a lot of, like rice and chicken and even like steak and stuff. And I don't know, I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. I was bloated all the time. I felt run down. I just thought, how do everyone else that does this has abs and like they're feeling great, and I'm sitting here like I'm working hard, just as hard if not harder than any of these people, and I don't feel like I'm getting the results, and I feel run down all the time. And this just kind of, I found out through trial and error, but this could have helped me if I did this years ago, to see that I need a Mediterranean diet, that I shouldn't be having the eggs and the chicken and the steak, like I should be having fish and mostly a vegan diet, and all of my fruits and vegetables should be my carbs. I shouldn't really be having like rice and grains and all of that. And the fats should be like oils and avocados and less of the, the nut butters and the, all of the animal fat, So it would have helped me years ago to know this, but through trial and error and help with my holistic doctor, I have figured it out. And this kind of just solidified everything that we figured out. And so I think it would be very helpful to know, you know, and then with the exercise, I found out that lifting just works best for me. I get my best results when I'm lifting heavy and doing less endurance training. But the things that I was doing when I first started working out were all cardio based. It was HIIT training. It was like getting my heart rate super high, but that caused my body to go into a fight or flight, and it never really calmed down. And so it was always in fight or flight, and that caused my cortisol levels to go higher. And so for those of you that might be working out and not seeing results, or eating healthy and not seeing results, it could be that it's just not healthy for you, that you're not doing the right activity for you, that you're not eating the right foods for you. So if you're going to put in the work, I think it's really important to know what your body needs, so that it doesn't backfire on you. So the DNA test that I got is called Circle. I'm gonna put the information on my Instagram at Morgan M. Mitchell. I do get 33% off. You don't have to do Circle. I just had a really good experience with it, so I really like it, and they gave me a discount code, so I'll share it with you guys. But any of these that gives you this information, I think is so helpful, and I'm just really glad that I did it. And it was really cool to find out, you know, all the things that I am that I didn't even know. Like, that's amazing. Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope it was helpful for you guys. Yeah. And I just, let me know if you guys end up doing it. Let me know. Let me know what you guys find out, because I find all this so fascinating. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you next week.